The Great Railroad Strike of 1877, the history and legacy of the protests across America over wages and labor conditions. Written by Charles River editors. Narrated by Steve Knupp. Introduction. The Eagle has never been called upon to chronicle a more horrible slaughter of its peace and law-abiding citizens, as is its duty today. The pavements, sidewalks, and streets in the vicinity of 7th and Penn Streets were literally baptized in blood. The Reading Eagle, July 24, 1877. When trains were introduced as a popular means of transportation, some of the first tracks laid terminated in New York, and the expansion of railroads led to the birth of train stations across the country. In general, these were small buildings where passengers could buy tickets and wait for their trains to arrive, and according to an article written by Samuel Dunn around the turn of the 20th century, the first Manhattan terminal was opened in 1832 at Center Street, near the present City Hall, by the New York and Harlem Road, now leased to the New York Central. Trains were run by steam as far south as 14th Street, and pulled from there by horses. If it is hard to conceive of large boxcars or even heavier locomotives being pulled by horse, it's important to remember that the first train cars were little more than traditional carriages designed to move on iron tracks. Initially, the nation's railway system was a fragmented, often chaotic system, but Cornelius Vanderbilt went about creating an interregional system, integrating a network of smaller railroads that ran according to their own policies, procedures, and even timetables. It was not only more customer-friendly, but it helped lower shipping costs and created a more efficient system of transporting goods and people. This led to the creation of one of the nation's first corporations, the New York Central and Hudson Railroad. Under the leadership of Vanderbilt's son Billy, the New York Central and Hudson became one of the most profitable businesses in America, and by 1869, Cornelius Vanderbilt owned all of the railroads that brought traffic to and from New York City. Vanderbilt's power did not come without controversy. The New York Times coined the term robber baron to describe Vanderbilt's ruthless business tactics, a name that came to exemplify the corporate leaders of the Gilded Age. This was an era when there were no rules, so it was not always a simple matter of claiming that Vanderbilt, and those that followed such as John D. Rockefeller, Jay Gould, J.P. Morgan, and Andrew Carnegie, broke the rules on their way to building enormous wealth. Corporations were a new development in America.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?